Alright, so here's something I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was expecting the game. This was probably the least effectively kept secret shadow drop of all time. Because not only was this leaked in the flippin' FTC hearings a while back, alongside Fallout 3 Remastered, waggle eyebrows, but also the whole thing leaked like a week ahead of time. This absolutely was not a surprise, but that doesn't change the fact that this is one of the biggest shadow drops I think ever of any game. Microsoft and Bethesda decided to drop this thing on a flippin' Tuesday morning, and what we ended up with was a Steam chart page that looked a little something like this. Despite launching in the morning of a work day with no marketing campaign, because again, we can say that we knew this thing was coming, we can say that we saw the leaks and whatnot, but the normies didn't see the leaks. Us perpetually online people saw the leaks. And yet when this thing shadow dropped on a flippin' Tuesday morning, it still broke 100,000 concurrent players on Steam in the first 2 hours. And it didn't stop there. It got to almost 200,000 concurrent players in the middle of a work day on Steam alone. So not counting the PlayStation, not counting the Xbox, not counting the Game Pass players on the PC, because this game also came out on PC Game Pass. And yet we still got to almost 200,000 people on the full price Steam version. That is fucking bananas. And even as I'm recording this video, I'm still kind of getting my head back on from being away for a few days. But I had to whip out my little microphone and see what's going on here. At 8 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, we're still rocking 106,000 concurrent players. So what the frick happened here? What happened here? Why is this what we're looking at? Because I mean, Microsoft has been on a roll with these shadow drops the last few years. There was Hi-Fi Rush, which not only was a Game of the Year contender, but was also so flippin' successful that Microsoft closed the studio. Thanks for that one, you dicks. But earlier this year, we had Ninja Gaiden 2 Black shadow drop during the Xbox showcase. That was rad. And now we have the Oblivion Remaster shadow dropping on a random April Tuesday and almost getting to 200,000 concurrent players on one single storefront of one single platform. I'm really starting to think shadow dropping might be the new meta in gaming, because it seems like the more you market a game these days, the less people seem to care. And I mean, that's the industry's own fault. You overhyped things like crazy for years on end, and then it comes out and it's just fine, or it comes out and it doesn't work. Honestly, I kind of hope shadow dropping is the new meta, because it forces developers and publishers to be confident in their product. You can't shadow drop something and have it be half finished and then be like, okay, come back later. No, we're not gonna come back later after you shadow dropped the thing. If you shadow drop the thing, it shows confidence. And that's why I actually really like that a major player in the industry, like Microsoft and Bethesda and all the people underneath them, I like that shadow dropping has kind of become their meta, because again, it shows the utmost confidence in what you are putting out. And confidence is something that the industry desperately needs right now, at least in the AAA sphere. It seems like the AAA sphere is constantly trying to, ease people's expectations. They want to market the game for 2-3 years at a time, but they don't want to show it to you. They want you to pre-order the game a year in advance, but we can't show you too much gameplay. We're gonna have day one patches. Just stick with it. We're gonna have some patches coming out in the month, 2 months after release, but please pay for the whole thing in advance and by a few months, but we can't show it to you. Meanwhile, we have companies like Microsoft being like, oops, I tripped. Here's a full complete game. Eat the whole thing, shithead. I love that. I love this attitude, and we need more of this. This is precisely what the AAA industry needs right now. It's not what the AAA industry is going to get right now, because the AAA industry is also being held hostage by a game that doesn't even exist yet, that being GTA 6. The entire AAA industry's release schedule this year is completely up in the air right now because nobody wants to go head-to-head with GTA 6, a game that's had one trailer over the last 2 years, and that one trailer had precisely 0 seconds of gameplay. But I digress. But I think there's other things going on here with why Oblivion specifically blew up. Because, I mean, Hi-Fi and Ninja Gaiden were both successful shadow drops, but they weren't this successful. This is another level. And I think there's several reasons for that. First of all, $50. $50 for all of the content, all the DLC, plus it's not just a remaster, this thing. To my understanding, I'm not super familiar with Oblivion, the original or the remake. I was late to the Bethesda RPG train, this just isn't my wheelhouse, but to my understanding there are a lot of gameplay changes to Oblivion as well. A lot of quality of life type things. So it's not just a graphical overhaul. And frankly, with this flippin' file size, I would hope it wasn't just a graphical overhaul. This game is gigantic, but I think it's very simple why this game is doing so well. It is a beloved game with a massive visual overhaul and update with a bunch of gameplay changes and quality of life changes that seem to be generally well received. Bethesda is taking a very positive attitude towards the community that kept the original game alive. I'm sure some of you saw the reports that all of the members of a popular Oblivion mod got free copies of the Oblivion remake from Bethesda personally. That's awesome. That's like the exact opposite of the attitude that most AAA companies take towards modders. Again, just, not to sound like that guy right now, but Microsoft and all the Microsoft umbrella companies just doing a lot of things right now, setting a lot of good positive examples for the AAA industry that the AAA industry is going to entirely ignore in 5 minutes. Hey, how do we make the AAA industry more successful? How do we get people to like us more? Oh, I don't know, maybe we should respect our consumers. Maybe we shouldn't overcharge our consumers. Maybe we should, extend an olive branch to the community that kept our games alive. Maybe we shouldn't release games until they're absolutely ready. Yeah, no, those are all really great things. Anyways, be sure to pre-order this game that doesn't exist yet, and that might come out in the next 8 months, but we're not sure. And will surely have to be patched 50 times after release, but pay for it now, fuckface. Gosh, gee willikers, I wonder why AAA gaming is struggling so much right now. And I also am very curious as to how Oblivion is going to play into the future of Bethesda, because it's, Bethesda's not on the best terms with single-player RPG fans right now. The last 2 single-player RPGs from Bethesda were Starfield, which I thought was fine, but that was, that's kind of the problem, is that it was just fine. And then before that was Fallout 4, which to my understanding, again, almost completely disconnected from this, but to my understanding, the big problem with Fallout 4 was the fact that it traded in most of Fallout's RPG mechanics for more standard, easily digestible open world FPS mechanics. I hear it's really fun with mods, but again, that's kind of the problem. You shouldn't have to mod the good parts back into the franchise. The franchise should just remain good. And I think that's why I appreciate this story so much, because it's Bethesda just openly acknowledging the fact that they are fully aware of how much work the modders do for them. But I'm actually starting to wonder if between the Starfield overhauls and between the Fallout 76 overhauls and now with the Oblivion remake, I'm starting to wonder if Bethesda finally gets it. I'm starting to wonder if they finally understand what people want from them. Because they tried the whole, dumbing down the RPG mechanics, make it more easily digestible. They tried that whole thing, and while they did make a decent amount of money off of it, they're not making the kind of cultural and gaming impact that their older games did. People don't talk about Fallout 4 the way they talk about Fallout 3 and New Vegas. People don't talk about Elder Scrolls Online the way that they talk about Skyrim and Oblivion. And these kinds of numbers on an Oblivion remaster in the early morning hours of a fucking Tuesday. This is the kind of thing that sends a message. I really have this kind of confidence that Bethesda's redemption tour is really just starting. Elder Scrolls 6 has been in the works for a while, and as confident as I am in Bethesda's future and Bethesda finally starting to get us, I kinda don't think we're going to see the fruits of Bethesda finally getting us until Fallout 5. I think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to kind of be a wash, because that game has been in development for a fucking eternity already. It's probably still a couple years out, but the design documents and the blueprints were already laid out for that game before Starfield probably finished development. That game's been in production for a while now. It's probably a little too late for Bethesda to reverse course on any of their easily digestible development decisions on that game, if you get what I'm saying. Bethesda seems to finally understand, or at least have a better understanding of what people want from Bethesda games, but I worry that Elder Scrolls 6 was too far into development for them to really take those notes and apply them. Meanwhile, Fallout 5 is where I think we're really going to see a true return to form. That's not to say that I think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be bad. Again, I'm almost entirely disconnected from these things. Bethesda RPGs just really aren't my jam. I have fun goofing around in them, but I'm just not invested the way that a lot of people are invested in these kinds of games. I mean to be. I think when summer break comes around, I'm finally going to dive into Fallout 3, into Oblivion, and Skyrim, and New Vegas, and whatnot. Once I have a little more free time on my hands, uninterrupted free time on my hands. But to the casual observer here, it seems like Bethesda is finally starting to turn back around and get back to what people want from them. Now, how long it takes for them to implement what people want from them that remains to be seen. And like I said, I personally don't think we're going to truly see what Bethesda wants from us, or see what Bethesda knows we want from people want from them. I don't think we're going to actually see the fruits of Bethesda's redemption tour until Fallout 5, because I just don't think there's enough time to right the ship of Elder Scrolls 6, assuming the ship is on a bad course. And we don't know it's on a bad course. I'm kind of just assuming it's on the same course that Starfield was on, and if it's on the same course that Starfield was on, people are not going to be pleased. Because as much as a lot of people love Starfield, if they have another game that comes out that suffers from the same criticisms as Starfield, it being derivative, it being repetitive, it being rather old school, I don't think people are going to love that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Elder Scrolls 6 will just be Skyrim again, and enough time has passed since Skyrim that people want that. But I am really hoping that Oblivion not only sends a message to Bethesda and Microsoft about what people want, but I hope the release and the success of this game send a message to the entire industry of what people want. Gamers do not want AAA games to be sold super far in advance for exorbitant prices without showing the gameplay, without telling you what you're getting, and then having to patch it 5, 6, 7 times in the first month just to get it to where it should have been at day one. People are sick and tired of the AAA industry, and the way that you fix the AAA industry is with the utmost confidence in your product. No lengthy marketing campaigns, no giant price tags, no excessive patching, just day one, solid product, here it is, we'll take your money, we give you a finished product that is good and that we are confident in, and that we won't have to tinker with a dozen times in the near future. You gave us money, we give you game. End of transaction. This is what the AAA industry should be doing more of. This is the attitude that we need more of. And with that, the pre-recorded Doofus Club section from a few days ago, because I'm still getting my fucking pants back on from all the nonsense I've been doing the last few days, will be back on the new recorded Doofus Club shoutouts with tomorrow's video, because there's already a video in the works for tomorrow, because even though this game sold fucking gangbusters immediately upon release on Steam, would you believe that the console fanboys are still trying to use this as a time to say that PC gamers don't buy games? Would you believe they're doing that? There's a video tomorrow. Don't pee your pants. Okay, toodles. Hi, hello. We're doing the thing where I'm out of town for a few days and won't be able to record a Doofus Club shout out until like Wednesday of next week. What day is that? The 23rd, April 23rd is the next time I'll get to record one of these. So here's the Doofus Club shout outs that's gonna run until April 23rd, and you guys have until April 23rd to make your names as stupid as humanly possible for the next read. Okay, your homework has been assigned. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Kyle Ward 789, Senso Nakage and Voila. Hey, it's Maddie Master Killer Joe from Seattle. Has not so big P in The Return of the King, but he's upside down. Not Batman. That's suspicious. Partial Mean 8, Wild Gamer 3001, JJ Dusty tickles my toes in the middle of the night. Mole Theme, Binary Deviant, Volksalto, Cloaked Onyx, and Omega, JJ Dusty. Hail Denuvo Pub, Cod Stop It, Codman 4372 WX, The Gamer 127YT, Joe if you tried Crap Champions, Father Joe when you joining voice chat, Celarod, Gold Pyrex, Zombie Fan, Alderoth 01, Penguin Piss, Doug Nigsy, Blast 1314, Snake Eyes 327, Devastator 2000, Edge Knight 1789, Raptor 1, It's Gamer Word, Not Gamer World, Get It Right, Joey, Sadia Freighter, MK2396E, I'm still in the moat, Joe, help me, please. No, I won't, just swim, use the lessons, we paid for your lessons at the YMCA, swim out of the moat, Henthai, Ex Machina Gamma, Elite Wolf, Fire Hazard 105, Epion 504, Klepto Penguin, Banshee, GWXSS, Doom Kaiju, Rasp the Wolf, Evan Co, Okie Toodles, Tech Gaming, Jungle Zone, Slim Jim, Really Zero, Gaming with Dead People, Thunder Fondue, All Games Video, Japanese name I can't read, Max Killer V2 Gaming, Biscuit 1101, PS5 has Infinite Bacon, Horizon Forbidden West Remastered, Pope, Raphael the Rat King, Jessica Shepard, Ricky Spiral, Ricky Tika Tabby, Muskie, Wash Tangle for the first time since I was a kid, it's good, Crewman the Steel Angel, bought 10 subs, now I can't afford to switch to, Sergeant James Bond, Baron Von Vaderham, Cyrus, forgot to change my name, and now I can't afford to fix it, True Text Skin 940, Joe, improv in this name, okay, use that creative brain, It's the best I got. Fuck yourself for telling me to improv. And it's like a joke. You can be like, hey, you're a comedian. Tell a joke right now. And it's like, why did the chicken cross the road? Weed eater. That was a VeggieTales reference. Hinoka's #1 Saudi fan, Creed Warrior 23, Maxichev, Herman's Nintendo Defense Reaction Video Win Chap. Totally Insane Event out of Autry, Black Cobra, Night of Cypher, Reborn Me with the fan art, ML04. I own 6 copies of Click 2006 on Blu-ray. What the fan art? Switch 2 is more of a scam than PS5 Pro. Wolf of Midnight, Stick Rider, Pig Venus, Kev Dog 1992, Steve Win Studios, Film Kraken, The Beastums, Own Gaming, Tariq Brown, Thomas Pocan, Hero Culture, Thornscade, Maganex, Severin Evans, Mr. Spawning 03, It's the Catalina freaking Wine Mixer, Pow Pow, Why Trouble, Donnie Weston, Nick Donegan, Gob Gobson, Rogue Winter 919, Bobby Hinner, Grimsey, Sengoku Rants, Hangman for Hire, Elden the Noble, Frost Crystal, Jimmy Chops, The Biogenesis, Eden Action, Poppy Pink 97, Megan Key, Kush Good, The Skeptics Go, Ghost, Remember to Tell Nintendo, Lower Your Prices, The JoJo 6, Fast Growth, M Tango, Raptor, Tim, The Amazing Blight Man, Blue Hook, Willie, JJ, Schnorlaxon, Show Your Feet, Joe, Don't Be a Pussy, Jody Breeze, Smitty, Worker, Jaegerman, Jensen, Max Lero, Massimo, Mick Advertisement, Diego Garcia, Oblivion Remake is coming, Yahoo! JJ Desi, A. My Kibikins, I American Eddie, Rebel Blood 80, Antoine Horton, Oracle, I Order Pizza from Papa John's, I don't know it's Justin, Rand, Roy, Toonie Wayne, Bloodline, Extreme, The Wolf 7, Joey Scoops, my name is Mud, Joe Taku, Joe Licked My Feet, now he won't call me back, Oohee, Ooha, Ting Ting, Walla Walla Bing Bang, Remastered, Wannabe, Hobo, Jidge, Westside, Bill at 310 Char, Rob C, I Am Veg, The Groovy Banana, Curtin, Alan Spack, The Scrum Master, World's Happiest Shark Hater. Ooh! Why are you hating on sharks? That's fucked up. Okay, toodles.